3 minutes.
I thank the gentlelady for yielding. Mr. Speaker, I rise in strong opposition to the rule in the underlying bill. TPA shouldn't stand for Trade Promotion Authority. It should stand for taking prosperity away, because that's exactly what it's going to do for millions of hardworking Americans. The House failed to advance this proposal less than a week ago, and today the TPA we're voting on is even worse. And hiding behind a vote and hiding behind our brave first responders. This is shameful. Republican leaders are doing everything they can to jam through a special interest agenda that will depress wages, exacerbate inequality, and cost jobs. TPA will take away the constitutional responsibility that Congress has to strengthen and improve the Trans-Pacific Partnership. If we approve this measure, we're surrendering our ability to improve a trade agreement for working families. We're not voting on TPA, as the chairman said, but we are voting on TPA, on the rules to govern these negotiations and the process to be filed. And if we vote for this TPA, we're saying that we're fine moving forward on a trade agreement that has no enforceable provisions against currency manipulation, meaning there are no protections to stop countries from devaluing their currency, artificially reducing the price of their goods, and putting American manufacturers and American jobs at a competitive disadvantage. We're saying we're fine with a trade agreement that fails to address the critical issue of climate change. We're saying that we're fine with entering into a trade agreement with countries like Brunei, where LGBT individuals can be stoned to death and women can be flogged in public. We're saying we're fine having a trade agreement that weakens protections against human trafficking. And we're fine with entering into a trade agreement with countries like Vietnam, which denies workers even the most basic collective bargaining rights while throwing workers' advocates into prison. So we're not voting on TPP. We're voting on TPA, but we're setting the rules for governing the negotiations, and we're removing ourselves from the process of improving and strengthening this trade agreement. The House should reject this proposal and stand with hardworking Americans. We should oppose TPA. We should oppose the rule. We have for 30 years had trade policies in this country that have failed American workers, driving down wages, increasing income inequality, and as a result of it, costing jobs. A vote for fast track is a vote to abandon our responsibility to ensure that trade works for our country and for American workers. I urge my colleagues to reject this rule, to reject the underlying bill, and to vote no on TPA. And with that,